What's up, JR guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to beautiful sunny Arizona, where today we have an exciting video with a special guest. Wait a second, this isn't our car, Christian.
Yes, this is the brand new Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio. And when Alfa offers you a car, you gladly accept, especially one like this that we're not super familiar with. We think it'll be very interesting to you all too, to go through this car and see how it competes with the big time competition of this C63 RS5 M3.
Those are big names, and this car is coming into the market having only offered 2 cars in the US in the past 25 years. So does Alfa have what it takes to compete with those big names?
Exactly, it definitely has the looks. Amazing sports car, carbon fiber roof. Look at these wheels, carbon everywhere.
We were actually able to take it up on a ski trip to Flagstaff, Arizona. Alfa Romeo literally said, put it through its paces. I said, okay, great, we'll take it on a road trip. We'll drive it around town. We'll see how it stacks up, especially compared to some of the cars we have. It's got a lot to live up to.
And we'll make sure to drive it fast for you guys. This should be a great, thorough review if you are in the market for any car like this.
Check out this interior. One look before we get going. Beautiful place to spend time. These seats are some of my favorites. The Alcantara with the leather and the crazy stitching, the green and white stitching, very unique. The craftsmanship is off the charts. Beautiful steering wheel, beautiful use of carbon fiber throughout the car, which you'll notice. But anyway, you guys want to know how it drives. Let's get driving it. Without further ado, here we go. All right, guys, so we made it inside the Giulia now, and what a nice place it is to be. Something that strikes us right off the bat, compared to especially our Teslas, is the interior quality, the level of craftsmanship that's in here, especially for the price range. Getting all these amazing carbon fiber goodies, the Alcantara suede, the stitching.
Yeah, I would love to spend quite a while in here. Wouldn't mind it at all. And the past 6 days with the car have been awesome. Jeffrey, you got to take it on a proper road trip.
My friends and I were able to head up to Flagstaff, Arizona, where, believe it or not, it snows and they have ski resorts. For those of you who think Arizona is just a desert. Snowbowl, thanks for having us. It was an amazing time, my second time snowboarding, and my friends had me going down black diamonds for experts only. Yeah, great idea. What could go wrong, right? But the car performed flawlessly getting up there. It was about a 3-hour drive, and with 5 grown adults, it got a little bit tight, but everyone was very comfy, and I think something that contributes to that is the buttery smooth ride. 80 to 90 miles an hour, and this thing feels like it's 60. The way the suspension's set up, especially putting it in like the eco mode, cylinder deactivation, you're getting fantastic gas mileage. But overall it did really good. But yeah, considering it is rear wheel drive, you're not going to have that all wheel drive characteristics. And then those characteristics carry over to even dry weather. Now you really got to make sure those tires are warmed up if you want to put this power down, because we are talking 505 horsepower out of this 2.9 liter twin turbo V6. And something that's very intriguing, one part that we like, it has, since it's a Fiat Chrysler FCA, who also owns Ferrari, it's got that Ferrari influence in a couple ways, such as the motor, which I don't hear enough people talking about. You did some research, right?
That's right. So the engine is a 90-degree V6, and so it's similar to a California T or a 488 GTB engine with 2 of the cylinders lopped off. So
here we go. Let's give you a little idea of this acceleration real quick.
Keep it straight.
Holy smokes.
And then you think, look back, you see extra seats, 4 doors, and it has that much fun.
It is.
Wow, that thing moves. For
animal.
37 or 3,800 pounds, I think it is.
Man, is this car fun. But you also got to remember, it's up against some serious competitions in the name of C63 M3, RS5 from Audi. Like, this car is emerging into a class that it's never been before. So this is like their first real big step into the market, and boy, did they make a step, which they had to if they were going to have any shot at taking some of the pie from Mercedes.
Yeah. So being unique as Alfa probably wouldn't be enough. It's got to be just as good or better as all the other cars, and still be unique, because it's playing in even the upper range of maybe that price point. I have the window sticker in front of me. The base price is $73,700. So at the upper range of those cars, maybe the C63S would be the most, this car, and then S5, and then M3.
M3 is the lowest at 66K start, I believe.
Okay.
What options are we talking here?
A lot of what you see here actually comes standard,
nice.
and the only options are the blue paint, $600, $1,200 for some driver assist, lane departure warning stuff, $2,000 for the carbon fiber roof, and the extra quadrifoglio steering wheel with extra carbon and everything on it is $400. So it gets the total price at $79,500 after factoring in a $1,600 destination charge.
All right, so 79 grand. Is it worth the 80K? If you are speccing out, quick notes on those. I would 100% go for the steering wheel at $400. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
The paint, this blue paint is phenomenal. One of our favorite, like, striking in person, and in the sun it just glows.
With the carbon fiber roof, $2,000 for the option.
It's pretty nice, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it is sweet. I think I would go for it because this car has so much carbon in that. The hood is pure carbon fiber, and the back little lip spoiler, the front splitter, and
side skirts.
Side skirts. There's so much carbon on the interior.
Everywhere.
So that would kind of just finish rounding out the whole package with that carbon roof.
Yeah, and the lane departure and safety and all that stuff, it comes in really handy. You got blind spot monitors and blind spot warning monitors. When you hit the turn signal and there's somebody back there, it'll warn you saying, hey, something's there. So that's come in handy once on the trip. So
keep in mind, Tesla Model 3 Performance doesn't even have that lane departure warning and stuff.
That's true too. And the Tesla is just so bare bones and minimalistic. It's like you spend enough time with the Tesla, you think, oh, okay, this is cool, a lot of features, all good, and then you get in something like this and you're like, wow, this is a step up in that department.
But then again, we cannot compare them against each other because you are either in the market for one or the other, we feel.
True, they're not too similar, but we can throw that in the mix too, because our blue Model 3, that was in the mid 60s, and you got to remember, you're never going to pay for gas again, no maintenance, compared to this at the 80K figure. Oh boy, right there nestled in with C63s, M4s, all that good stuff. So is it better than those? That's the question. Is it better? Well, that acceleration is right on par, if not better, than the competition. This thing is quick. 0 to 60, I think they rate it 3.5 or 3.6 seconds. That is no slouch. Now, a couple things that we're going to talk about, things we really like about the car, and there are a few things that we dislike, hate. Parker, 5 things I hate about the car. I don't even think we have 5 things, it's just a few.
Yeah, right back there on that pole, being in race mode, it opens up that exhaust baffle so that you could hear it,
yes.
but turns off all traction, stability, control, any driver assist. So that's why on that earlier poll a while ago, I said we had to make sure to keep it straight.
I wish there was a way to just open up the exhaust valves and get that awesome, snarly sound, but not have to be in race mode. You have to be in race mode. I wish you could be in just sport and like hit the exhaust valve like on the AMG cars and then have that sound, but not have the craziness of all traction controls off and the kind of dangerous at times if you're not careful.
And last thing about that race mode, when it adds in the sport suspension, there is such a difference. That goes under pluses, that compared to our E93 M3, when you play around with the suspension settings, our car has that option, and I don't feel any difference.
Barely does anything.
This thing tightens up like crazy, and it is really, really tuned.
Oh yeah, it makes the setup and the steering, just this thing is, for being 3,800 pounds, for being a sedan, you're driving it, you think you are sitting on the ground in a 2-seater sports car, literally, and then you look back, there's seats, there's 4 doors. This steering on this car is like near perfection. You can read reviews on this car. Everyone is loving it, and for good reason. So a couple other pros and cons. Let's kick it off with another love-hate thing, and that would be the engine, the exhaust. So, one of the best sounding V6s ever made, without a doubt. This car sounds fantastic. But it's also a V6.
Yeah, but I think it's the best V6 that you can have. It really does have the same geometry as those Ferrari engines, and sure, it's not an inline 6 and it's not a big V8, right. But so it's not like unique and exotic from that standpoint, but it's, you know, it's fuel efficient and it has tons of power, and it just makes sense.
Yeah, you're right. It's the best a V6 can be, for sure. It's the best sound, it's the best power output, but there's something about having a twin turbo V8 in an AMG car that's like, wow. Or an inline 6, it's got that sound. Well, so this does sound very, very, very good, but just historically V6s don't sound great in the past. I wish we could get a little more snarls and stuff, like downshifts. I wish, like, you know, hit you a little harder and was a nice whip, pop and crackle. You don't get that.
But you have this engine to thank for some of these handling characteristics. This is super low center of gravity because it's a 90-degree V6 versus a 60-degree V6 that would be on a Maserati, or inline straight 6 would be the highest, I think, center of gravity of any of these, or the V8 just being heavier.
That's true, that's true. So love-hate, but definitely more toward the love side, because this is, what a motor, what a motor. Other things, so the transmission, that goes under another kind of love-hate. So it's not a dual clutch. You guys are probably thinking with how quickly it shifts and how smooth it is, it's got to be dual clutch. We're in 2018, you're spending 80 grand, everything's got to do with dual clutch at that point. No, it's a ZF torque converter, 8-speed. Is it a great transmission? Yes. Is it a dual clutch? No. So around town and just low RPM shifts, they're pretty slow. Now I get that they probably tune it that way for being nice and smooth and comfy. Full throttle, they are lightning quick, just like a dual clutch. But you just, it's just a little slower, just barely, just barely. But you don't have the cost of maintaining dual clutches or single clutches, so that's a plus too. So another thing that would probably go under the cons is with any smaller displacement engine with small turbos, but 2 of them with a lot of boost, you're going to get some turbo lag, and that is existent in this car. Yeah. So from a low RPM, there is that lag. Like, where's the boost? Where's the boost? You got to be in the right gear.
Yeah, you got to be in the right gear. That's true too. So it pushes. They kind of advertise, they throw a number around of 35 psi, but no, that's not factoring in atmosphere, and so it's more like 20 to 25 psi of boost,
which is still a lot.
Actually, so 20. Yeah.
So, like, if you're in the right gear, it'll haul. But literally back there, we weren't recording. I had to bunny rabbit out to beat these people to merge onto the highway, and he's literally like, go, go, go. I'm like, I'm going. Like, but lag. Sorry. But if you're in the right gear, let's see. We're at 3,500 RPMs now. We go.
There it is.
There. Because it jumped up a gear and it went right to 5,000. So, something to keep in mind, like our Gran Turismo, that's just power right off the line. Our 430, our Lambo, just bam, right off the line. Turbo cars?
Turbo versus forced induction. That's what.
There you go.
When you're shopping for any of these cars, all these cars are forced induction.
It is fun when the turbos do hit, and when you're ready in that RPM range, we're 5,000 now, you put your foot down, boom, it just hits you. Oh my gosh, that was a big number. Okay, and then the brakes. Fantastic. They bite super strong. These are not the carbon ceramic optional, like $9,000 brakes. You don't need those. These are plenty. So good in every way, except for when you're not trying to be crazy and you're just driving around town. You cannot, I'm telling you right now, you cannot make this thing stop smoothly, like buttery smooth, and not shake your passengers. I guarantee you, but they do bite down hard when you want them. And speaking of brakes and wheels, these wheels,
pretty sweet.
We are big fans. Comment down below your opinion. Do you like the way these look? I know there's the other optional wheels. These have, I haven't seen these on too many cars. They almost look like an aftermarket sort of like HRE, like lightweight wheel, and they look really cool. I want a more pronounced blip with these downshifts. Our Lamborghini single clutch, it hits you like a whip and it sends like a shock wave through the atmosphere. This is just, it's so like kind of just chill and basic. I don't know, an aftermarket exhaust and tune could, I'm sure, make it better, but
can't compare it to a single clutch Lamborghini, but you can compare it to the C63 S and the other cars.
Oh, the C63 on downshifts, you get the snarls and burbles. Ooh, it's intoxicating. so much, but you do get the nice slap on the upshifts, which we will demonstrate once more. All right, listen. Hope you guys can hear that. Just got a little overpass. Here we go. Let's keep it in first. Here we go. That's a V6. That's a 2.9 liter engine. Wow. I thought of a couple more. So this is nowhere near a con or a dislike for us, but just if you're a bigger guy or girl, these seats, they're awfully tight. I'm surprised. There's no way to adjust the bolsters in or out. They hug you really nicely. So we're very thin guys, of course, so we fit just fine, but any bigger, it'd be really tight. That's one point definitely keep in mind.
A nice red push button start on the steering wheel, just like a Ferrari. Don't think any of the other cars in its class have that.
That's super nice. And these massive paddles, which are mounted fixed like they should be, a lot of people will say. And then the last big pro, aside from the amazing interior like we already hit on, just the styling and being different. So that's kind of how we want to end this video, is how are you going to spend your 70, 80 grand? It's going to be an M3, RS5, it's going to be an Alfa, C63, Model 3 Performance. There's a lot of options. Like we said, they're coming into a market that they've never been before, and they're taking on some big players. So hats off to them for that. They get kudos alone. And then building a car that actually competes really, really well. Again, huge props. There's crazy cars around Scottsdale. I tell you, I've not seen many Alfas. Yeah. So if you're trying to be different, if you're trying to get something a little, it's got that Italian flair to it, this is the car if you're trying to be different, without a doubt. This car, we've had a bunch of looks, a lot of compliments. I think the blue contributes to that. It just really catches your eye.
But what is the cost of being different? Dealerships, you need to maybe factor in if one is close to you.
Right.
Maintenance, reliability of this car is...
It's good, but not
technically
maybe,
unproven.
Yeah, not as proven.
But I'm sure with this V6 and the design of everything, and I'm sure they've lifted plenty of parts off of other cars, it should be reasonably reliable.
Really so few complaints. It's got us thinking, like, this is literally our first Alfa we've ever driven, first time experiencing the brand, and we are thoroughly impressed. It's got us thinking, I don't know, maybe one day, use market, let's see what's out there. What do you guys think? Comment down below. What's your opinion on the Giulia Quadrifoglio? We want to hear it down below, so comment down below. What would you take? C63, Alfa, those 5 cars that we just listed off. We wonder your opinion down below.
That's right, we do like to be different, and this car is just that. You don't see these on the road every day, and so that is definitely upping the cool factor.
Yeah, I think it would kind of fit right in with us. So I don't know, comment down below, guys. We want to hear your opinion, but thank you so much for watching. Alfa, what a terrific job. Thank you for loaning us the car. It was an amazing week, and cough, cough, if you ever need any other cars babysitted, we'll be happy to caretake them. But thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you're new. See you guys in the comment section down below. Take care. Have a great rest of your day.
Say that it feels right.